Welcome to another review. This time I have the new Paragon 4 Santa Fe 4000 class in the switching pilot with the main disk driver. Let's get the plastic wrap off of it real quick. Apparently it also accepts the to-go back, so I guess you can have two capacitors in these? Because it already has the one built in. Hey. If your track needs two capacitors, I think you got problems. Like normal, there's warranty information, the exploded parts diagram. That I'm not going to be able to show in detail, but you can pause the video and see. Nice big old fat flywheel on there, which is nice. And they've started to do this. One side of this sheet has all the traditional functions, so bell, whistle. The other one has the Pro mode functions. And then, as per usual, the new Paragon 4 operator's manual. There's a few places that, at least on my Hudson, I saw they still reference Paragon 3 in here. And I don't think anybody noticed. Anyway, that's not what you're here for. You're here for the engine. So nice thick foam pit. And, ooh, look at this. Doesn't do much sitting in the packaging, so let's get it out of that real quick. Look at this. Wow. I don't even know where to grab this thing. It's got so much detail on it. I'm afraid to grab it. But look at that. Holy crow. It's even got the cab figures in there, which is nice. Look at that. It's beautiful. You'll be able to see more on the close-up shots later. But, yeah. Oh, it looks like that's different. The tender connector is attached to the rear truck, or the trailing truck. Please mind if you see the lights flickering or dimming at any time in the video, just note that our power grid was designed by 3-year-olds with a crayon. So it's not me, it's not your computer, it's not your screen, it's our power grid is failing completely. So anyway, this locomotive looks absolutely amazing. Reminder that this thing has an MSRP of $500, but you can find it for about $400. Also, the whole locomotive is die-cast. Look at the close coupling here between the cab and the tender. That is just amazing. I have the one variation that BLI did not take pictures of, so I'm going to be taking as many pictures as humanly possible of the locomotive to show more detail. I know this video here probably doesn't look too good, but it's showing off the basics. Look at those rivets. Those are awesome. And here on the back, I mean, I'm breathless. This is awesome. So I have the engine down on the track, and I'm going to go ahead and hit function 9, which is the extended startup sequence. Or at least it's supposed to be. Now, one thing I did not expect to see was a cab light in a locomotive this small, but I guess we got one, which is cool. So here's the bell. Three, I think, is still coupler flat. Nice thick puff of smoke. That's good. Smoke unit works very well. So I have the smoke unit as default. I just put it down on the track, and here's how it looks. Nice puffs of smoke with the chuffs. This is speed step 1, by the way. Speed step 2. Speed step 3. Speed step 4. Nice and smooth. Well, okay, I won't say nice and smooth, but it's not stalling or anything, which is nice. Hearing a strange sound, I don't know where that's coming from. That could honestly be anything, that could even be my track, so I'll go find out. So here are the whistles. This is the default one. You can hear a little bit of twanginess to it, I guess you would call it. Here is whistle number 2. And here's the third whistle. For the rest of the review, I will have the locomotive noise set to half as loud. I've been told in the past that it's hard to hear me over the locomotive, and honestly, once the reviews are over with, I usually do that anyway. I'm not on a club layout or anything, so I don't need to hear it from 20 feet away. So I go ahead and half it. It still sounds good. Some of the shakiness and reverb and stuff is gone from the whistle and bell and stuff too. So it can help if you can do it. I went over the Paragon 4 features like the Pro lighting feature and the Pro mode feature, or the switching mode, or whatever they call it, on my other review video, so I'm not going to cover it here. Just saves time on the video, and there's no point in repeating myself. It's not going to change. From what I could tell in the last one, it just removed all the momentum from the locomotive and made it have a more linear speed curve than exponential. So after breaking in the locomotive, I've noticed a few issues. That sound I mentioned that was probably the track was not the track. I now have the sound off, and I have the smoke unit on, by the way, but it's not functioning, and neither is the front headlight. So I think the whole front end of the locomotive no longer has power, which is interesting. So here we go. Speed step 1, moving forward, no headlight, no smoke, and that sound. So thankfully there is a warranty, so I will probably be sending this back, which is sad because this locomotive was, it's beautiful, and other than what seems to be electrical issues on the front end, it runs decently enough. I noticed when I was breaking it in that it was stalling every once in a while when you would reduce speed. When you reduce speed by 2 or 3 speed steps, it would just drop to 0. So I hope I have one that's screwed up and this isn't affecting the whole line, because if it is, that's, well, they're basically $400 paperweights. So yeah, I really didn't want to have to return this, or, well, send it in for warranty, but I think I'm going to have to. So, just so it's known, I received the locomotive on June 25th. I recorded all those videos, or all those clips, on June 25th. It is now July 22nd. I received the replacement locomotive from Factory Direct within a couple of days. I just lost all motivation to do this video after the performance of the locomotive. I'm sure some of you, or a couple of you, will understand. Then I realized that the weight of my trains were bending some of my tracks over here on my new elevated portion. So I was waiting for a 3D printer to print out some supports, which I ended up breaking the printer due to user error, basically. So now I'm waiting for a replacement part. So instead of waiting for all that, I'm just going to go ahead and record this real quick and be on its way. Note, with the lack of usable track and the lack of Santa Fe equipment that I own, this is going to be a very strange and short consist.